support from comparable oils. The July canola contract adds $1.60 at $638.50 per ton, while the new crop November contract bumps up $1.30 at $655 per ton. Modest gains in global crude oil prices are spilling over into the vegetable oils. Upticks in Chicago soy oil, Malaysian palm oil, and European rapeseed are lending support to canola. Meanwhile, losses in Chicago soybeans and soy meal are putting some pressure on canola. Today's prairie weather forecast is calling for rain for southern parts of Alberta and Manitoba, while Saskatchewan remains dry. The July canola contract is near its 20-day and 100-day moving averages, but above its 50-day average. Canola crush margins edge up a little, with the old crop positions climbing to $147 to $152 per ton above the futures, and the new crop November positions rising to $135 to $140. Stat Canada issues its monthly crush and grain deliveries reports. The March crush exceeds 961,000 tons. Oil produced is near 411,000 tons, and meal is more than 554,000 tons. All categories are higher than a year ago. Stat Canada reports March canola deliveries at 1.87 million tons, down from the 2.04 million the previous March. The Canadian dollar is higher on Friday morning, with the loonie at 73.2 US cents compared to Thursday's close of 73.05. The United States weather forecast is calling for two systems of rain today, with one stretching from North Dakota to Tennessee and the other from Nebraska to Colorado. Rounding off prices at the Chicago Board of Trade, soybean futures are lower on Friday morning. The July contract gives up 2.5 cents at $11.77 per bushel. July soy meal is down $1.90 at $345.70 per short ton. July soy oil bumps up almost 0.2 cents at 45.62 cents per pound. Chicago corn turns slightly lower as the July contract dips 0.25 cents at $4.52 per bushel. Chicago oats are higher as the July contract gains 5 cents at $3.56. The U.S. wheat complex is higher as well, with Chicago July adding 8 cents at $6.28. Kansas City July advances 12 cents at $6.52, and Minneapolis July adds 9 cents at $7.07. A reminder that today is the last trading day for May options, and the first notice day is Tuesday. That's a look at the ICE futures and the Chicago markets for Friday morning, April 26th. For MarketsFarm.com in Winnipeg, I'm Glenn Hallett.
Spring into action with Butler Farm Equipment and check out their wide range of farming machines and tools designed for efficiency and durability. From top-notch Toro and gravelly zero-turn mowers to versatile implements for compact tractors, ATV, UTV sprayers and spreaders, they have those as well. For the green thumb enthusiasts, try their Mackenzie and West Coast seeds for a bountiful harvest. Butler Farm Equipment also has generators, walk-behind trimmers, and chainsaws. Head to Butler Farm Equipment today. Equip yourself for a fruitful spring.
The opinions expressed on this show do not represent those of the station. If you've missed any of the shows, you can follow the podcast at energeticcity.ca. Welcome to This Week in the Peace, a show dedicated to the people, events, and news of BC's Peace region. Here's your hosts, Dub Craig and Jordan Prentice.
Welcome to This Week in the Peace, our revamped weekly talk show all about current events from Fort St. John and beyond.
Later on, I'll be chatting with Jan McKale, the co-chair of the Performing Arts BC Provincial Festival. Our community is going to be hosting that festival from June 2 to the 6th, so we'll talk about the excitement of hosting the province for a celebration of the performing arts.
But first, a local hairdresser at Tribe Salon Group is going above and beyond to create a safe space of support and healing for women in need by designing a salon in a women's shelter in Mexico. To tell us more about the initiative and how Fort St. John community members can help, I am now joined by Opal Hair Designs' Haylee Gonzalez. Haylee, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So tell me about this amazing initiative.
So the first time I went down, I was 15 years old. And when you meet these women face to face and you get to hug them and become their friend and you hear the horrible abuse stories that they've been through, it's the best motivation to want to do something about it. And As a hairstylist, our job is to pamper people, and when you meet people like this, it's so motivating. Like, you just want to give them the world, you want to help them, and if we can make them feel beautiful for the first time, then you want to do that, and you want to use anything in your power to make that happen.
I think that is so special. And sorry, where exactly in Mexico is this women's shelter?
It's located in Vicente Guerrero on the Baja Peninsula.
Gotcha. Okay. So, what is your vision for this salon? Like, what do you hope to accomplish long term with it?
So, long term, we're hoping to just create a safe space where me and the girls at Tribe can go down and teach hair. And whether they're using that as an income or not, they can still have that skill for one another, to wash each other's hair, to pamper each other. And yeah, just a safe place where they can feel beautiful, like we all like to get our hair done.
Yes, we do. So for the salon itself, will it be like inside, like will there be a special room designated? Like, what is your physical vision for the salon?
So right now we just had a new facility built, so it's on the second floor, and you'll enter through a coffee shop that was just put in, and then you can go around the back and you'll have a view of the whole valley. So right now it's just framed in, and you have the room is there to be the construction to be finished.
Okay, and so you and your colleagues are going to head down there and provide the training, and then will that be it? And then the women who want to provide the services will kind of take it from there?
Yeah, so if we fundraise enough money, then our whole salon girls, we're going to try and go down there and teach hair. And then we do have one lady down there that will be kind of managing the salon while we're back here. And yeah, so we're hoping to spend time with her to train her as well, just with basic hygiene, cleanliness, just because that's not very educated down there. Okay.
And tell me more about like when you came up with this idea.
So the founder of the women's shelter, her name's Dorothy. She's 82 years old, and she used to be a salon owner and a hairdresser. And it was kind of like tradition. When I'd go down, we would do each other's hair, and we would do the ladies' hair down there. And my dad had given me the idea to start a salon down there, or that it would just be a great idea. And so then I kind of was like, that's something I want to do, because when I started doing hair here in town, I just fell in love with it, and I love the relationships you build with your clients and the way you can make people feel, and it's just very rewarding. And yeah, I just thought, how special would that be if we can make people who have literally never felt beautiful before, have known nothing other than abuse, and they've just been used as objects to feel like they're worth a lot. I just think that's so amazing. So, and the other thing is, like, you know, being a hairdresser is so much more than being a hairdresser, right? Like, it's therapeutic. You confide in your hairdresser, and your hairdresser is usually a great listener. So do you kind of hope to create like a safe space for these women to be able to share their stories and talk? And yeah, they can share their stories, and even if they don't want to talk, it's just that emotional connection. And I feel like doing hair is one of the very many few careers out there where you actually have that physical connection with somebody, where you're actually touching their head and you're massaging, and I think there is definitely a spiritual interaction that takes place there. I think that's amazing. So looking at the fundraising aspect, how can Fort St. John community members help out? So right now we're running a bottle drive. Today will be the last day of this month. And then after that, you can bring your bottles directly to the bottle depot. And then you can give them the phone number 250-263-8406. And that's the code to tag your bags. And then everything will just be put under our account. And then also we'll be making our 3rd anniversary of fundraising event on June 15th. And we will be pre-selling gift baskets for Mother's Day, and profits will be donated. We'll also be selling tickets to win a gift basket draw, and we're looking for any ideas to help us get to our goals at the moment.
So what if somebody listening right now just wants to give like a one-time kind of financial contribution? Is there a way that people can just donate money if they would like?
Yes, so if you'd like to donate the money, you can email us at info@tribesalongroup.com, and we'll send the details your way, or else you can donate directly through the website at mncfreshstart.org and just leave a note. It's for the salon, so that way it gets donated to the salon.
Amazing. Perfect. And Haylee, did I miss anything? Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
We're coming with open hands for any donation, whether it's $5, whether it is you're wanting to donate your time to come down and visit the shelter. We're just so appreciative of anything, and everybody is more than capable to come down, whether you can hold a baby, kick a soccer ball, hug a woman, anything.
Well, I just think this is so great, Haylee, and I really look forward to seeing, the finished product on social media. And I would just like to thank you so much for joining me today. And folks, remember to take all your bottles and cans to Tribe Hair Salon today or the Bottle Depot. And the information that you just told me about taking bottles to the Bottle Depot, is there somewhere somebody can find that online, like if they didn't have time to write it down right now?
We will be updating everything on social media throughout the day today.
Okay.
And if you have any questions, you can just DM us at Tribe Salon Group on Instagram, or just follow the page and we'll have all the information on there.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Haylee.
Thank you.
Folks, that is Opal Hair Designs' Haylee Gonzalez. Stick around. Dub Craig will be speaking with Jan McKale right after this.
Do you have some good news you'd like to share with the community? We here at Moose FM want to share your positivity every weekday. Whether you're fundraising for the SPCA or saw someone doing a good deed in the community, we want to hear from you. Email us at reception@moosefm.ca and we'll share your good news right after the 7:30 a.m. news and on our Facebook pages. Good News is brought to you by Frontier Law.
It's the Spring Spectacular Indoor Car Show, featuring over 150 vehicles from Western Canada, hot rods, race cars, classics, and vendor displays, awards gala with live auction, and more. The NPBRA Spring Spectacular Indoor Car Show, April 26th to 28th at the Tara Center in Grand Prairie. Sponsored by Napa Auto Parts, Wheaton Chevrolet, GP Chrysler, Audio Concepts, Freedom Machine Corp, Tire Pro, and 4 Points Sheraton. Details at npbra.ca.
Over the past 2 decades, Arctech Welding and Machining has evolved from welding and machining to Northern BC's go-to for custom steel and fabrication services. No matter the project, big or small, we offer structural steel fabrication with our 8-axis Wortmann beam line, a computerized plasma torch, accommodating plates up to 8 by 24 feet. Our fleet of portable welding trucks come to you. Plus, we offer repairs, sandblasting, painting, and more. Check out our latest projects and start planning yours at arctech-welding.com.
Before the Peace is an energeticcity.ca podcast, now available on all major platforms, that highlights Indigenous voices in Northeast BC. Host Trey Lapushinsky will take you on a journey with an Indigenous lens on the history of the Peace region.
Hey, this is Trey with Before the Peace, letting you know that my most recent episode is out now. I managed to speak with 7 people on the Reawakening Our Language event that took place at Northern Lights College in March in partnership with Doig River First Nation, and I had to split it into 2 parts, so the first part is up right now.
Thanks to Troyer Ventures for making this show possible. Follow Before the Peace wherever you get your podcasts.
You're shopping around for an automobile? Come see Ford City Chrysler. You're trying to find the very best deal.
Looking for a fine pre-owned vehicle? Ford City Chrysler has cars, trucks, minivans, and SUVs, 4-wheel drive pickups, and diesels too. Many with remaining factory warranty. And they're all quality inspected and ready to go. At Ford City Chrysler, you're buying from your hometown dealer. No pressure, no hassles, just honesty and integrity. Only at Ford City Chrysler, only in Fort St. John.
You can watch this show live on Facebook, catch the replays at energeticcity.ca, or be part of the show by texting your thoughts to the Fort City Chrysler line at 250-787-2222.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Dub Craig. Performers in dance, music, and speech around the Peace converged on the here in Fort St. John for the Peace Region Festival of the Arts. And our community is set to host the Performing Arts BC Provincial Festival at the beginning of June. So to talk about that festival and also the festival we just had, we're very happy to be joined now by Jan McKale, the co-chair of the Performing Arts BC Provincial Festival. Jan, welcome to This Week in the Peace.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. I will offer my regrets as Margaret May could not be here today, so thank you so much for coming here in her stead. You were a volunteer for a lot of the festival we just had, the Peace Region Festival for the Arts. I just wanted to kind of start off kind of with your sense of how you thought that festival went, what you saw as a volunteer and from even the performers and people who were helping out and seeing what was going on.
We had a very successful festival. I mostly volunteered with the dance portion of the festival, but I know the music festival, the music part was also very well attended, and it was great to see lots of people out for the evenings in the dance. Lots of support.
Yeah, and I mean, it was so busy because some of the days were so packed. It looked like, from what I saw on the schedule, right, they would start some days like 9 a.m. and go all the way to the evening with everything so much being a part of it, especially the dancing. I know I've got some people I talked to who had kids taking part, and some of them were in like 17, 20, 25 costume changes as part of it, right? So there's like a lot of dancing is what I'm getting
There's a lot of dancing, yes. It's by the time the weekend's over, I'm sure the dancers are exhausted, and the parents probably too.
Now, I also want to make sure I take a moment for this, Jan. Tell us a bit about your kind of connection with the arts. You volunteered for this. You were the co-chair of the Provincial Festival that was here in 2016. You're doing it again. I mean, what kind of makes you tick in terms of the arts community? Why are you so passionate about it, do you think?
I got involved. My daughter was a dancer with one of the local festivals, so she competed with one of the local studios. So she competed at the local festival for many years. And when she graduated, I decided that I wanted to get involved with the festival committee, so I joined the board and ended up eventually being the dance director and organizing the dance portion of the festival. So I did that for many years, and now I just volunteer my time at the dance festival. So I just felt it was really important to give back. My daughter had so many great years and so many great experiences. I just thought it was a really good idea to give back.
Well, as I said, you were co-chair of the festival in 2016, so you've been through one of these already as one of the principal organizers of it, I think is sort of fair to say. Tell me what that's like, inviting sort of the arts community of British Columbia to our little corner of the province, our little place of heaven here. And what people maybe even have sort of their preconceived notions of what Fort St. John might be as sort of the energetic city where oil and gas or this and that. And then people come here and say, no, we've got an amazing, incredible arts community as well.
In 2016, it was a little bit daunting because we had never done it before. We didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
And we knew that people were coming up here for the probably first and only time of their lives. And so we really wanted to make it the best experience that we possibly could. And I guess we did a pretty good job because we got asked to do it again.
I believe Margaret told me just in conversation, she says we keep repeatedly getting asked to do it again.
Yes.
That's a good problem to have.
So we would like to make this one even better than last and give the people who are coming from other parts of BC the best experiences that we possibly can.
I mean, that leads right into my next question. Looking at what you had in 2016 and what you're planning for kind of this year, what sort of big changes? Has there been any kind of big changes in sort of even how you're approaching it or how you're setting it up or what you want it to be for people coming and for people attending all these shows and seeing these wonderful performances?
I don't think big changes. We're still using all the same venues. One of the big things we noticed was in 2016, the city was very, very busy, and it was really hard to block hotel rooms, and restaurants were always busy, where this time it seems to be a little bit easier to kind of access some of that stuff. And the business community has been great. They've really stepped up to help us, especially the hotels so far. But during the festival, the restaurants and shops in town will probably find they'll be quite busy.
Well, that's wonderful. I mean, I again, leading into my next question, something like this where we're bringing in a whole bunch of people who've never been here before, who aren't normally here for a festival like this. Why is that important to Fort St. John and important to our arts community to welcome these people from other parts of the province to say, hey, look what we're doing here in terms of arts. Come see what we have to offer you.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. It's a chance for us to showcase the arts in Fort St. John. Fort St. John often gets to showcase sports, but it's a great opportunity for us to show the rest of BC what's going on here in the arts.
What do you think you're most excited for seeing? Is there something specific you're most looking forward to, whether it's a certain set of performers or whatnot?
Personally, I like the speech arts. They're quite. It's just something really different that you don't see a lot of, and I love the dance. Being one of the organizers, I'll have a chance to go around and see a bit of everything. So yeah, I'm excited about it all. We have 3 concerts that during the 4 days. The Provincial Highlights concert is on the Tuesday the 4th, and the dance final is on the 5th, the next night, and then the Provincial Excellence Gala is on the 6th, and those concerts are always amazing. Yeah. And the public can get tickets for those concerts at the Cultural Centre, and they do fill up, so it'd be a good idea to probably get, if you're interested in those concerts, to be thinking about getting your tickets now. Okay, that's good advice. Are you able to, just like the festival we just held, are you able to kind of go see the sessions as well? Are those open to the public? Yes, all of the sessions are open to the public. It's probably one of the best deals in town. You can go to a session for $3, or you can buy a festival pass for the entire festival, not including concerts, but for the rest of the sessions for $20, and just go to as many sessions as you like. Just fill your entire week up with arts while everyone's here. All right. Well, I want to make sure we talk about this, of course, this festival coming up very quickly. And it doesn't happen without a huge hand from volunteers and sponsors in the community. So if we're listening to this and we want to help out in some way, how can we kind of get involved and get in touch to become involved? We have many of our key volunteers in place, like venue captains, and we still need a few more, but we have most of those in place. But we will need volunteers to sit at admissions tables at each of the venues. There are 9 different venues, so we need quite a few volunteers for that. And we also need a lot of volunteers on registration day, which is the Sunday, June 1st. Registration will go from noon till 9, and the delegates, 500 to 600 of them, holy moly, could all appear at the Cultural Centre at the same time. So we need lots of volunteers for those days. If people are interested in volunteering, they can email us through the Peace River North Festival at gmail.com. Okay. All right. But yes, we are still looking for volunteers. There are posters around town too that have a QR code on them that will take them to a form that they can fill out. But gotcha. And also sponsorship opportunities. There's still some room for that as well? Oh yes, always. Yes, we can certainly use lots more sponsors. The more sponsors we have, the better event we can put on. So.
Okay,
Yes.
and again, they can just kind of reach out to you or Margaret or
Yes,
other people
yeah.
on the board, I suppose. Eh?
Yes, and we've been reaching out to different businesses in town too.
Awesome.
So.
All right. Well, again, the Performing Arts BC Provincial Festival, June 2nd to the 6th, at a variety of different venues all around town. It's going to be an absolute blast. Jen, thank you so much again for coming in today, especially last minute coming in to talk to us about this. I really appreciate your time, and it was very nice to meet you.
Thank you. You're very welcome, and thank you for your support.
You're very welcome. Again, that's Jan McKale, the co-chair of the Performing Arts BC Provincial Festival, coming to town June 2nd to the 6th. We'll be right back to wrap things up on This Week in the Piece right after this.
When it comes to being prepared outdoors on the job site, see the crew at TNT Communications. They have UTV rentals, two-way radios, communication towers, stadium light towers, and even cell boosters for your truck, house, or work site. TNT Communications in Fort St. John, your bell source in the Peace. Attention all Peace Region energy workers. Great Canadian Oil Change salutes your hard work and dedication to powering our communities. They know you depend on your vehicles to keep you going, so when it's time for service, trust Great Canadian Oil Change. They proudly accept all fleet cards, making it convenient for you to maintain your fleet on the go. Quick, no appointment service done in about 15 minutes. Now open across the highway from Safeway and Starbucks. Convenient, trusted, expert care. Now that's a Great Canadian Oil Change.
Olio's Pizza and 100.1 Moose FM are giving away tickets that will make you hot-blooded. But you have to listen in to prove you're a true. On May 6th, the Ovintiv Events Center welcomes Foreigner, the farewell tour. And you can win your way in by listening in to Moose FM. We'll play a cue to text twice a day until May 3rd. When you hear it, text the Fort City Chrysler line with your name and the keyword we give you. It's the contest that's so cool, it's as cold as ice. The Moose FM and Olio's Pizza Foreigner Ticket Giveaway. For more information, visit moosefm.ca. Brad's Furniture and Appliances Hit the Mark is back and bigger than ever. Listen weekdays from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. for your chance to win cold, hard cash. All you have to do is guess a number from 1 to 100. If you get it right, you win the money. If not, we'll add another $10 to the pot. So what's changed? We're starting every new round with $100 already in the pot to give you more money than ever before. Track the numbers at moosefm.ca to zero in on the money. Brad's Furniture and Appliances Hit the Mark is brought to you by FSJ Return It, Rhythm Auctions, TNT Communications, and Bronze Flooring.
At Peaceful Pages, not only will you find a large selection of Bibles, devotionals, and faith-based books, but they also carry a collection of Christian clothing, home decor, giftware, and jewelry. Peaceful Pages Christian Bookstore, open Tuesday to Saturday at 101 Avenue, Fort St. John.
Moose Country weather.
In your Moose FM weather today, it's going to be cloudy with a small chance of rain showers this morning, changing to a mix of sun and cloud this afternoon. We'll see a high of 12 degrees today. Tonight, a couple of clouds, a low of -1. Tomorrow, back to mainly sunny with a high of 15. And on Sunday, a mix of sun and cloud, a small chance of showers, and a high of 16 degrees.
You're listening to the all-new This Week in the Piece with hosts Dub Craig and Jordan Prentice. Be a part of the show by texting your thoughts to the Fort City Chrysler line at 250-787-2222.
We want to thank our guests Haylee Gonzalez and Jan McKale for joining us today on This Week in the Piece.
And folks, I would just like to say that today marks my last as co-host of This Week in the Piece, as today is also my last day as a reporter for energeticcity.ca. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my co-host Dub for his amazing mentorship and for teaching me how to successfully run a radio show. I would also like to thank all of my guests who appeared for my segments during my short run with this show. And most importantly, all of the community members who took the time to tune in to This Week in the Piece.
Excellent. We're going to miss you, Jordan. That's our show. I'm Dub Craig.
And I'm Jordan Prentice. Be well.
Join us again next Friday morning at 10 for another edition of This Week in the Peace, your weekly talk show dedicated to the people, events, and news of BC's Peace Region. Or you can listen to this podcast again at energeticcity.ca.